Let's get into WandaVision.
Okay. Have you watched the latest episode?
I did watch it. I watched it the day after it came out because usually I wait for it to come out and that. And to be honest, I actually thought 7 was the finale. I don't know why I thought 7 was the finale, but I believe WandaVision's got 9 or 10 episodes actually.
So it's got 3 more episodes, and they're all an hour long.
Really?
Yeah. So that's what I wanted to tell you.
Wait. So it's 10 episodes.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
So what they're doing now is they were doing 30-minute episodes, and you were saying to me, the episodes are so short. And I feel like they could have just made hour episodes and then just made it.
Especially those first 2.
Yeah.
Those first 2 that they released together.
That could have been 1 hour.
That could have been 1 hour. I think it sounds really good, them releasing 2 episodes right like that. And you're like, oh my God, they released 2 episodes instead of 1. It sounds really good, but nothing happened really in either, right? So...
Well, nothing really happened in this latest episode right up to the last couple of minutes.
Last couple of minutes, we see Pietro. We see that there's the introduction of Photon,
Yeah.
She's able to... It's almost like she's in the Matrix. She can see the difference in different light spectrums and that, so she can see what's real and what's not within the false world. We see a little bit of Wanda kind of losing her mind.
Yeah, a little bit.
She had a minor scuffle with Photon and then gets carried away by
Agnes.
Agnes, who we knew was going to be Agatha Harkness because she didn't actually... When they had up on the board, they had everyone in Westview, they had all their information of who they were as their real identity.
Yeah.
And Agnes's one was blank.
Yeah.
So we knew that something was up. We knew... The only thing I thought was maybe Agnes could be just like a red herring, we think it's Agatha Harkness, but really it's someone else.
Yeah.
But it turns out it was Agatha Harkness.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, you get the best part and you get it in the last couple of minutes. I don't know, I feel like they space it out it's too spaced out and it's too boring as well. That's the other thing.
I hate that it's like a 45 minute or 37 minute thing.
Yeah.
And then the credits start at 10 minutes left. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Whenever I hear the standing by thing, and I'm like, was that it? They're so brutally short that it should be in blocks.
Yeah.
It really should be in blocks. A lot of people said, why couldn't they just release it as one big thing? They're really excited to just watch it as one big movie.
I just feel like they're just killing me now. I just feel like watching every week is now becoming a chore. I don't get excited. I don't look forward to it.
I get excited, and I think they do enough to get you excited, but I think it could have been done a better way.
Yeah.
Interesting just to see what's going to happen. What's going to happen next with Agatha Harkness. Now, we don't really know what's going on. We saw a spell book. We don't know what particular book that is. They haven't released any information and things like that. We have no idea why she's kind of working with Wanda. I've heard theories that maybe she could have been a therapist and sat down with Wanda and when she's dealing with
maybe
visions.
She was the one who even convinced Wanda.
I think that could be why. Most likely she's done it for the children.
Yeah.
She's done it for the children.
Or maybe she was the one who made Wanda do the whole thing in the first place. Maybe convinced her to go get Vision and then create the Hex.
I think she did that on her own. I think she did that on because it was already kind of foreshadowed that, Vision had already said in his will, I don't want to be recreated for a weapon. And then Mr. Bossman in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. says how horrible that she did that when that's exactly why he was experimenting on Vision to create a super weapon. Yeah,
but the other thing is Vision doesn't even remember dying.
No, which makes me think perhaps he's...
Well, how does he still have the Mind Stone? That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, I was expecting the Mind Stone just to go away. Most likely, it's not a real Mind Stone. It's probably not a real Mind Stone.
No. Maybe it's something that's what's powering him right now that is in the form of the Mind Stone.
To be honest, there's so many questions that are yet to be answered, and I think that's what kind of plugs people going on. I think the reason why Agatha is maybe part of this is from the very get-go, it's always been her saying, doing things for the children, like you should go here and think about school admissions and things like that. It's been very much set up for Wanda to manifest her own children, and then we don't even know what happened to the kids afterwards. Actually, they just kind of like got scuttled away. By Agatha. Yeah, we see some 2 uneaten sandwiches or half-eaten sandwiches, and Wanda goes down in the basement, and then Agatha does her little song. Yeah, it was Agatha all along.
Yeah, I thought that was that was incredibly cheesy.
I thought it was very cheesy, but it kind of showed her personality a little bit. Yeah. You know, when Vision's like, and she's pretending to be like, oh my God. And then she's like checking herself in like the mirror and all that. It was a bit cheesy. And I think a lot of people were saying like, yeah, she definitely killed the dog. But which is what happened in the comics. Yeah. She didn't kill I don't think she killed the dog in the comics, but those flowers, that the dog actually Sparky ate the flowers in Agatha Harkness's garden, and those flowers apparently you eat them and you're able to see like stuff into the future and have visions and things like that. Oh, okay. So they've dropped like little bits from the comics. So it's just interesting what they've done with it now.
Did you get the reference for the pill, the Nexus pill? I didn't.
Yeah, Nexus is so Wanda's considered a Nexus being. Okay. So they said, for you to get on with your. We knew that there was going to be some type of like prescription medication or something like that for depression or whatever, and they said, for you to move on with your life because the world doesn't revolve around you, or does it? Right, which is a play on the fake world, as well as in the comics, Wanda is considered a Nexus being. A Nexus being means that in all different multiverses, the constant is Wanda. Mm-hmm. She's a constant being. There's no difference in whatever different multiverse. So when they say, because the world doesn't revolve around you, well, being a Nexus or a Nexus point or a Nexus being means the world kind of does revolve around you. And specifically also in Wanda's own world, she is technically also the Nexus being of that world as well. We just don't know who's in fully control, because we know Wanda, she's partly got in control of this world because she's able to change things, but she doesn't, with a deteriorating mental state, everything's changing, going back and forth in 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. We got to see that they actually did a play on like Modern Family and the different things like that. Mm-hmm. The one thing I found so fucking weird was that Vision is supposed to be kind of like disconnected from the fake world a little bit, and then he's like, I don't know what to do, and he's sitting in a chair, pulls off his mic and goes up, and like that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. The Agatha being in a director's chair going like that is kind of like, it's just a funny play on her directing things, but Vision literally taking a mic off and going off, that doesn't make sense at all. It's very, very strange. The one thing I found very interesting though, you know when Wanda's talking to the camera and you hear like a man, like a deep voice, and it's like a manly voice saying, well, do you think you deserve this? Yeah. And she goes, you're not supposed to talk back. Yeah. That's actually Agatha's voice. Yeah. The pitch has been brought down. Yeah. They actually took that snippet and brought the pitch back up, and it's literally Agatha just going, well, do you think that you deserve this? So it was just interesting that that's not a different character. That's not a different character. That's not someone that Agatha maybe is working for. That was Agatha that was speaking behind the camera. So it's interesting. I just don't know what to think with episode 8. I feel like we don't know if Pietro is maybe... I had some weird theories, like Pietro could be the fucking bunny. Yeah. Like, I have no idea. It's weird because we don't know what type of Pietro this is. We don't... I have no idea. Yeah. I'm very confused what's going on.
What was the other thing? It revolves too much around Vision, you know, and I don't get why it's just spaced out this long, and I don't know. I just want to see a fight. for Christ's sake, it's been 6 episodes, and not a single proper fight has broken out.
Yeah.
That's why. You know what I mean? There's no, and you only even understand who really the villain is until now, and there's only like 3 episodes left.
You still don't really know the villain.
Yeah, you don't really know.
Because you don't know who she's working for. There was like theories of Nightmare or Mephisto, because even on the poster there's like green devil faces, which is supposed to be Nightmare or whatever, who feeds off people's energy while they're having nightmares and things like that. And then there's Mephisto, who's like the embodiment of the devil, and we've had lots of little devil things like 666 and the devil's in the details, and even there was like some weird devil heads, like satanic looking shit in that little basement thing.
Oh yeah.
So the only thing I'm wondering about is, why would Agatha show herself now?
Yeah.
Rather than be in the shadows. Why have the little cicada that's on the whatever the fuck, on the curtain, and like say, oh, go down into the basement. They're probably in the basement, and like shows her almost her secret little lair. I don't know why she would. That's probably the biggest question for me, is why would she show herself now? What's the reason? What's the reason for her to even say, hey, like,
maybe it's because Wanda's actually starting to wake up as well about the whole thing. Maybe she doesn't fully understand what is going on, or she's choosing not to, or maybe she's under her control, and her losing, starting to like mentally, collapse and all that. That's Agatha losing control of her. Could be.
Possibly.